have a new mission, soldier.
What is it? What's down there?
A weapon.
A weapon? How many guns do you need?
Hey everybody, Steven here, and today a very special video as I have the Halo Infinite lineup from Razer here. So with this is just going to be an overview and impressions video. I'll actually have my video reviews for each of these products out here in the next couple weeks, so if you want to get notified when those come out, hit that subscribe button for me. Now in terms of all of these products, these are all based off of products that Razer already has, but what they've done is they've taken the Halo aesthetics and they've put it on top of the product. Specifically here, we can actually see that they are trying to represent Master Chief's armor, and you will find him on all of these boxes. With the packaging itself, this is definitely top notch. I love the look of these, and I wouldn't expect anything less from Razer with this. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with the headset here. I'm going to cover the specs, and then I'll give my initial impression, and then I'll work my way through all of the products. So let's go ahead and click over now, and we will start with the headset. Starting with the price, the Kaira Pro headset costs $169.99 compared to its normal price of $149.99. It pairs wirelessly with the Xbox Series X or S for direct low latency console gaming. It has Bluetooth 5.0 for mobile gaming with up to 30 feet of range, but for PC gaming it says you can connect with an Xbox wireless adapter, which is sold separately, which is a big bummer here. For $170, it just feels like that dongle should have come with the headset. Now I did test out Bluetooth for connecting this to my PC, and the Bluetooth is built into my motherboard, so the connection wasn't that great and it kept cutting out. It might be better with a Bluetooth dongle though, but I'm not 100% sure because I didn't test that out. This has 50mm Triforce titanium drivers and the Hyperclear Super Cardioid detachable 9.9mm microphone. For the sound test with this, I'm actually going to be covering the rest of the headset specs using the microphone. So this is the microphone here, and it sounds pretty good for a wireless headset mic. Let's get back to the specs though. These feature the Flow-Knit memory foam ear cushions, which are quite soft and comfortable with my initial impression. This has a dedicated mobile mic for a second mic that works without the Hyperclear mic, making it handy for when you need to talk while gaming or answering calls. There's an EQ toggle to cycle through the 4 EQ presets and Xbox pairing button. This has Windows Sonic, which allows the headset to place audio with pinpoint accuracy, and you can use the Xbox app on your console to customize your audio experience if you won't be using the Razer app on your PC. The battery life is up to 15 hours with the chroma lighting on and 20 hours with it turned off. These weigh 330 grams, which is 0.73 pounds, and I double checked this on my scale and will have the video pop up showcasing the weight with and without the microphone. This isn't the heaviest wireless headset I've used, but it's definitely towards the top of the list. Looking at the buttons on the right side, you will find the Bluetooth/multifunction button, the game/chat balance wheel, and EQ/Xbox pairing button. On the left side, you will find the charging port, power button, status indication light, volume wheel, and mic mute switch. The headset is mostly made of plastic to help keep it lighter, and the height adjustment is solid. The headband has a decent amount of flex to it also, with the top having the memory foam like the ear cushions, which does seem a little bit small to me, so I wish that was about 20% larger for anybody that does have a larger head. In terms of the aesthetics, I think all of the products look great as they are representing Master Chief's armor, as I mentioned earlier, and have a battle-worn look to them with scrapes in certain areas. All of the products have 117 on them somewhere and the UNSC emblem except for the mouse, which has the 117 on it but just not the UNSC symbol for some reason. For the headset, you can find the 117 on the inside of the ear cushions and the UNSC emblem on the outside molding of both sides of the headset, and this is where the RGB lighting shines through. Now this is where this gets a little interesting, as my main PC was having trouble staying connected to this, and I ended up trying out 2 different Xbox PC connection dongles. My PC ended up crashing 6 times, I reinstalled Razer Synapse 3.0 3 times, and did a repair on the software twice. After looking into it more, this won't connect to that software or the 2.0 version. You actually have to download the Razer headset setup for the Xbox app from the Microsoft Store. I'll make sure video pops up right now showcasing the app, as it's simple to use and has all of the options you would find in the Synapse software for any other Razer headset, but I'm just curious as to why no one at Razer would stop at some point during this whole lead up to launch and say, hey, we should probably make sure this is all under the one app so people don't have to use multiple apps to run these products. This definitely needs to get fixed with a software update in my opinion, so hopefully once Halo Infinite launches, we can use just the Synapse 3.0 app. In terms of what was causing my PC to crash, it was the DPC watchdog violation, and after checking the drivers on a ton of my hardware, I'm pretty sure it's my MSI Mystic lighting causing the problem, which I actually deleted that a year ago and it's still on there hidden in my setup for some reason, so I'm gonna have to spend some time actually trying to get that sorted out. So in the meantime, this is set up on my second rig, which was my black and white NZXT build, but it's now my Halo rig. I did pair this to the Xbox Series X with no problem also. Since being set up on this PC though, this is run pretty smooth with only a couple hiccups. One being the audio preset button on the right side doesn't seem to be working for me, so I have to change it in the app every time, which I usually set it to FPS and then don't touch it, but it is kind of a nuisance if I do want to change it. And when using the app, I've noticed I can't select things sometimes when using a mouse and keyboard, so I actually have to use my Xbox controller. In terms of the sound quality you will find with this headset though, it is solid. The presets are decent and you can adjust this to your liking, and if you want you can create your own custom EQ setting. But I do wish these would get about 15% louder overall. That might just be a personal preference thing. I'm not sure everyone will think these need to get louder, but for me I've noticed in certain games I'm at 100% volume and still wanting a little extra volume. The microphone here is good, and I would say it's one of the better wireless headset microphones I've used to date. I like that it comes with a pop filter and it has a decent amount of bend with it also. Now it sounds like you're on a headset microphone, but it doesn't have nearly as much tinny and grainy sound coming out of it as microphones I've used in the past. In terms of the feel of the cushions here, they definitely pay off in terms of comfort, as I personally have trouble with wireless headsets that have some weight to them like this one. They always give me headaches after long play sessions, and with these they're comfortable enough to combat the weight here, so I can actually play comfortably for about 1 to 2 hours. And although the material does trap some heat, it doesn't do it as bad as some pleather cushions I've used in the past. So I would say it's there, but it's minimal. So that's going to wrap up the Kaira Pro headset here. This is also going to conclude the microphone test and showcase as well. Moving on, we have the keyboard, which is the Razer BlackWidow V3 with green switches. This costs $179.99 compared to its normal price of $139.99. This is the most expensive peripheral out of this collection. This is a full-size wired keyboard with an aluminum construction, green mechanical switches with 80 million keystroke lifespan, multifunction digital roller, gaming mode option, fully programmable keys for macro recording, and 1000 Hz polling rate. The keycaps are double shot ABS to ensure the labeling never wears off, and it comes with a detachable wrist rest. Hopefully you like clicky switches here, because unfortunately this only comes in green switches, which personally I think is a bit of a bummer for the high price tag. The write-up on these on Razer's website says, for those who want to feel and hear every key press, the Razer Green mechanical switch features a tactile bump and distinctive click sound, along with optimized actuation and reset points for best-in-class gaming and typing performance. The feel will be tactile and clicky. They have an actuation force of 50 grams, a travel distance of 4 millimeters, an actuation point of 1.9 millimeters, and an actuation versus reset point of 0.4 millimeters. I'll have a link in the description for the images that are currently pulled up here, so you can read about it more if you like, and this will allow you to play an audio sample of all of them as well. Having this pulled up right now though, you can see that the yellow switches here have the lowest actuation force, travel distance, actuation point, and actuation versus reset point when compared to the green switches. So let's do a sound test now of the Halo keyboard, and then I'm going to compare this to the Razer BlackWidow Elite keyboard that I have with the orange switches. Now these do play and feel good, but this is also a preference thing, so keep that in mind. Playing Halo Master Chief Collection felt great, and I still can't wait to use this with Halo Infinite. I'm surprised there isn't a wireless option here though, which would have been nice, especially considering the headset is wireless, and this does not include any USB pass-through also, which is a bit of a letdown. The wrist rest here is nice, and I personally like when this is included with a keyboard, but I do prefer the soft wrist rest found on the Razer BlackWidow Elite, which also has magnets on it to help it keep attached, where this keyboard does not include that. The lighting can be adjusted via Razer Chroma with 16.8 million customizable color options and 11 presets. I'll get more into the Chroma Studio in my official review, where you can actually create your own custom lighting profiles also. There are currently over 150 integrated titles for the Razer Chroma though, and Halo will be added to that list at launch. Here is a quick sample of what the lighting will look like. This was showcased on their PC video a few weeks back, and I can't wait to see it in person. In terms of the aesthetics, I think this looks great. John's 117 number is on the wrist rest, and the UNSC emblem replaces the escape button in the top left hand corner. This is a solid keycap, by the way. It is not clear like I originally thought, so the lighting doesn't shine through this, just around the base. Overall initial impression with this keyboard though is good. It just has that one drawback like I mentioned, where you don't really have options when it comes to the switches. It's not that they don't feel or sound good, it's just more of a personal preference thing, as I like a tactile switch. I do really like the feel of the volume scroll wheel and the click of the one media button though. The lighting is solid here also, and it gets plenty bright to showcase the amazing look, and the app has lots of room for customization of not only the lights but the keys and media controls as well. One nice addition that I have noticed with this keyboard is the ability to route the cable in the middle or to the left or right side, and the threading on that cable is really good. In fact, the threading with all of the cables with all of these peripherals is really top notch, and I do appreciate that. Next we have the DeathAdder V2, which is $79.99 with a normal price tag of $69.99, making this the smallest jump in price from its normal price tag. This is a right-handed mouse, and I don't see an option for a left-handed mouse, which is going to be a bummer for those needing that. I'm surprised they didn't just go with an ambidextrous mouse here to play it safe. In terms of specs, this has the Razer optical mouse switch, which uses an infrared light beam to register every click, giving this a response time of 0.2 milliseconds. This has the Focus Plus optical sensor with 20K DPI with 99.6% resolution accuracy. This has the Razer Smart Tracking, which allows the mouse to be able to automatically calibrate itself across different mouse surfaces. This has 650 IPS, which stands for inches per second, and is translated to the maximum distance the mouse can cover per second before its ability to continue tracking is surpassed. This has instinctive scroll wheel tactility, 8 programmable buttons, 100% PTFE mouse feet, and advanced onboard memory. The cable here is the SpeedFlex cable, which is a threaded cable and one of the things I really need if I'm going to game on a wired mouse. No thick rubber cables for me, they just feel clunky and affect my gaming. For the aesthetics, this has something special that the other products don't have, and that's gold on it. The gold is the Chief's visor color, and here we find it on the 2 side buttons and the top DP cycle buttons. The lighting on the scroll wheel and for the 117 on the palm fits perfectly also. For gaming, this has been great, and I would say out of all the peripherals, as an overall package, this mouse is probably my favorite. The software lets you customize the buttons, change the lighting, and calibrate the mouse to the surfaces that you are on. Which brings us to the last product, the Goliath Extended Chroma Mouse Pad. This is $79.99, and the normal version of this is $59.99. There isn't a smaller size of this mouse pad like the regular one though, it only comes in the extended version. This is 36.22 inches wide and 11.57 inches tall with a micro-textured cloth surface. This doesn't come in a hard surface, which I personally prefer, but having said that, this does feel really good playing games, and it might be the mouse pad to change my mind. This is plenty big to have all of your Halo peripherals on it at once, and definitely completes the overall look of this lineup. We have Master Chief's armor on the right hand side of the mouse pad with his 117 emblem on it for your mouse to sit on top of. This allows the mouse 117 and keyboard 117 to match the mouse pad, and the UNSC symbol on the left hand corner to match the UNSC symbol on your keyboard, and if you place your headset on this, it'll match that as well. You have 5 lighting presets in the software to adjust the light bar that is along the edge of the whole mouse pad, and it looks great. This one definitely gets a thumbs up from me. It's a little bit pricey, but it plays and looks great. One thing I haven't covered yet is that all of these products come with an in-game add-on, so I want to showcase each of these and what they actually look like. This is stuff that you will find on the Razer website listing for each of these products, but you do get that, so you get to actually change your armor and showcase these different things with your character in multiplayer if you buy these. So to wrap all of this up, I think as an overall package, this lineup is really awesome. There are some downsides that I covered, like the need for an Xbox dongle for the headset, and others like the green switches for the keyboard, but again, that is a personal preference thing. If you're a big Halo fan that plays on PC, then this is going to be a great addition to your rig, just in time to play Halo Infinite. If you play on Xbox and want to use these products though, this could be an option for you as well, as Halo Master Chief Collection supports keyboard and mouse on Xbox, so I would guess Halo Infinite would as well, but I've not been able to confirm that, so you might want to wait to make sure it's true before purchasing these. One last thing I did want to cover is the overall cost, which is $563.72. This is really expensive, and I think for most people that may be a roadblock in getting these. I personally am going to be selling my previous peripherals to offset this cost, and I would recommend doing that if you can, but regardless of that, it's still a lot of money, so I'm assuming it'll be mostly huge Halo fans getting these products and not just a casual player. As a huge Halo fan though, I personally can't wait to play Halo Infinite with these and see the lighting effects the team designed to work with them. I'll have video reviews coming out for these soon. I'm most likely going to wait to release them until after Halo Infinite though, so I can actually showcase that reaction lighting that I've been talking about. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this video, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this lineup, and if you have any questions, let me know there also so I can actually cover those in the reviews. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.